it going?
Hi, Brett. How are you doing today?
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you again. So, tell me, how was your week? Was it good?
Alright. Worked a lot, so busy season.
How is your exercise routine going?
It's going alright. Just try to do my best. Like I said, it's busy season, so working pretty long hours and everything. Just try to squeeze everything in my schedule.
Yeah, working can be kind of tough.
Yeah.
I work a lot of hours too, so I understand what you're coming from. So we set a goal last week, right? That was to get rid of pop in your diet. So how did that go?
Pretty good. Where I work at, I just try having a lot of water and coffee, I guess. Trying to stay away from the soda as much as possible, but it can be a little hard at times. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you for sticking with your goal. That's excellent. And we'll probably keep that goal for the remainder of this next week coming up. So sound good?
Sure.
Okay, so we last week you told me how much you weighed and you wanted me to establish how many calories you should eat and you want to gain weight. Is that correct?
Yeah, a little bit of muscle mass. Nothing too dramatic.
Okay.
Try to get in shape.
I calculated your resting energy expenditure, and that's around 200 or 2,500 with 60 minutes of moderate activity. But you said sometimes you're going to do some more vigorous activity. Is that correct?
Yes, try to as much as possible.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your exercise routine that you have going on right now?
Well, like I said, working it can be a little difficult, but after work I try to do some things just around my house, just sort of sit-ups or push-ups, something like that, or even jumping jacks. But I also really like to run a lot too. So now that the weather's gotten a lot nicer too, I find that enjoyable now since it's not as cold to actually get out and run a little bit. So
That's good.
Try to do my best.
And when you run, about how far and about what intensity?
It varies between, I would say, 2 to 3 miles every time I get out, and that's not daily. Maybe 2 to 3 times a week or more if I can. And vigorous, I go at it pretty hard. It's not full out sprinting, but I try keeping a pretty steady pace.
Okay, that's good. Very good. If you said you go to the gym sometimes and lift weights, is that correct?
Yeah.
When you go to the gym and lift, could you kind of run me through what kind of lifts you do and how long you spend?
Sure. Well, when I first get there, I just sort of start out with a little cardio, just sort of get the blood flowing and get warmed up a little bit. And then from there, I mainly work on my arms, either whatever, half curls or whatever it is on the machine, and then I also use the dumbbells a little bit too. Try getting the full motion going with that. And the majority of my workout there is on machines. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or not, but I try to stay at the gym for at least an hour and a half or so. But there again too, I don't like wasting a lot of time, so the majority of the time I am actually exercising. But like I said, it's mainly arms, maybe a little legs or abs too in there.
Very good. Sounds like a model exercise that I wish I should follow. I did print out some things for you because I know a lot of people think that they can gain weight easily on their own, but obviously it's a lot different. It's not just eating a bunch of calories. You want to do it healthy. So that's you came to see me. That's excellent. So realistically, we're gonna try and aim for a half pound to a pound a week. Is that okay with you?
A half pound of what?
A half pound of muscle.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. That'd be great.
A week, but that can be difficult at sometimes too. So you'll probably have to take an extra 500 to 1,000 calories. But this is an excellent little handout because it tells you a bunch of things you can do. This is from the University of Arizona. This is what their football players do. And it's established by their dietitian there, and obviously we're going to also have to monitor your fluids if, that's a big important thing too. And, you take a supplement milkshake, is that correct?
After my workouts, I try to take a protein shake sort of thing. And that's just the powder. I try to go with milk. I guess that's better than just water.
Milk, is on here obviously. It does recommend taking a multivitamin, and I'll discuss later on in the session today about which type of multivitamins to take, which ones are healthy or which ones are safe. And this also has some actual, foods that says half a bagel. That says how much protein is in them, and some healthy fats, to help you gain weight healthy, not extra fat, but muscle mass. And it also has timing, which is very important with athletes about when you have your carbohydrates during a workout too, before and after. So you can take this and look this over at home.
Awesome. Sounds good.
And can I get you anything? Would you like some water or anything?
I'm alright for now.
Okay, well just let me know if you need anything at all. So tell me about your typical meal pattern, like during the day.
Well, usually during a weekday, I sort of skip breakfast, just sort of the morning rush, trying to get to work and everything like that, just get ready. So unfortunately, I do have to skip breakfast a lot. On the weekends, I do try to eat something in the morning at least. I get a little more free time then. And then it's a pretty set schedule. Then around 12 o'clock, that's when you get your lunch break. So every day at work, we have a cafeteria, so I'm able to get a pretty hearty meal. I just try to stay away from the fatty foods. They have a grill with fries and burgers and all that kind of stuff. And the majority of the time, I barely ever go there. So I try sticking around more just lunch meat, like sandwich type things, or they have wraps sometimes, so just like a chicken wrap or something like that too. Once in a while, they do have pizza, and I'll get that, but that's not too often. And then after lunch, just pretty much work again till about 6 or so when I get off. Then I just come back home, and really it's whatever I can make sort of as fast as I can, just sort of something quick. So sometimes I have frozen dinners that you can just sort of heat up, and those two, I try staying with the more healthy kind of pastas or something like that, not just really TV dinners or something, or just frozen pizza. I try sticking and trying to get some kind of vegetable or fruit in there as well. And then really, I don't really snack too much. Once in a while, I might have a little bit of ice cream or something after dinner, something like that. But try staying away from that as much as possible too.
Okay. If I was to suggest maybe having a snack during the day, that might be good. So, and what kind of snacks would you think would be good for you?
Just for the ease, I guess, maybe like chips. I sort of like the baked chips, sort of compared to the fried or greasy kind of chips. I do like the baked ones that they have. So something like that, maybe, or just pretzels, or even some kind of peanuts or nuts like that, I guess, too.
Well, I would since you are trying to gain weight, I would suggest more of a protein-dense snack. So I like the nuts. But of course, if you want to do, the baked chips, those are excellent too, very low calorie, and then they got you some carbohydrates that are going to help you with your workout as well. So that's, do you think that adding a snack would be something you're willing to try?
Yeah, definitely. I think I can fit that in there.
Okay.
I mean, I do get pretty hungry towards the end of the day too, or just sort of in between, so I think that might help too.
And you can have that snack before lunch, after lunch. I mean, I don't know what time you take lunch. I would just put it between wherever you don't have food the longest.
Okay.
And I know you said you don't eat breakfast, and that's okay. Like a lot of people often skip breakfast, and that's it is an important meal, but I understand that you're busy, and maybe that's something we could work towards in the future. Is maybe just at least a breakfast that you can grab on a go, like a granola bar or something.
Okay.
So that's something you can do now, or it's something we could work on in the future.
Sure. No, that's reasonable. I don't have any arguments or discrepancies with that. I think that could work.
Why don't we work with that next time? And then this week we'll just work on the no pop, and adding the snack at at work. And do you need any ideas of what kind of snack, or do you kind of have an idea?
I mean, I'm always open for suggestions. It's helpful.
I like. I mean, that sheet has some suggestions. Like I said, anything protein dense. Cheese stick.
Would like a protein bar or something be alright?
Yeah, just always read the package and make sure that it's not too high in like calories and sugar and fats, because sometimes they load up the sugar and the fat.
Okay. Do they do that with like granola bars too? Sometimes I have one of those, or even like an oatmeal bar or something like that.
No, I mean that's fine. I was just more like I thought you were talking about the supplements, so.
Okay.
The supplement bars, but yeah. And if you want some vegetables too, or bring in some. I know there's no protein there, but like peanut butter, celery sticks, or a cheese stick and some nuts, or whatever. Any foods that you like. So.
Sure.
Open to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another handout for you, and this is eating before and between athletic events. I know you were talking about doing maybe some like running, 5Ks, and like maybe even a half marathon or something. So
Sure.
I know you enjoy running a lot, and you do like to go like long distances. So I did print out this for you, and it just talks about, what happens when your body is exercising, and do you ever have any complications when you're running, like stomach upset, or?
Just if I eat beforehand, I guess. If I eat an hour or so before I go out and exercise, my stomach does sort of bother me then. But for the most part, I don't really have too many issues with that.
Well, this is perfect because it says if you do have, these symptoms while you're exercising, the nausea or upset stomach, that there's certain foods that maybe you can try that you could eat beforehand but won't bother your stomach so much. Like they have some things like applesauce, macaroni, skim milk. I mean, you could try those. Always, and don't eat too much that you're full, but definitely take a look at these if you get a chance. These are all for, if you want to look at them, if you don't want to, it's no big deal.
Right.
So it's whatever you want to do.
Thanks.
And so do you have any questions for me so far?
I guess just how do you think I'm doing with it, or what do you?
Of course, you're doing excellent. Like, just eliminating the pop, sometimes that's a big stop. You came in here and you were pretty motivated to do this. You're pretty confident that you could make these changes. So I mean, that's sometimes half the battle is being ready to start these changes, and you definitely are ready. And I mean, I think you're doing excellent. I mean, is there anything else that you wanted, any concerns you had, or things you wanted to maybe work on, or?
I guess just what would you call like too late of eating? I guess. Is there anything bad with eating really late, or?
Well, a lot of people.
Is there
that's kind of it can be, a fallacy to some extent, but some people do get upset stomach, or the thing about eating late, it could upset your stomach before you go to bed, or it's basically more a problem of preventing you from falling asleep. So if you go to bed, or you eat right before you go to bed and you're not tired, or maybe keep you up too much, if you eat something that's like carb dense, that will make you sleepy, it's fine, but you may feel bloated in the morning, it's, like, do you have a problem with eating late, or is it?
I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. It's just sometimes I fall in that habit where I have to eat late, or I just, after work, I just have other things running around I need to do, so I end up eating after 9 or around 10 or so.
And what time do you normally go to